The lab was dark, strange. Vikram could have sworn he just left the lights on. He was running an experiment on quantum entanglement, his pet project. Suddenly a wave of dizziness hit him. The room spun. When he opened his eyes, the lab was gone. In its place was a bizarre landscape. Purple skies bled into orange horizons. Floating orbs pulsed with an eerie glow. Fear coiled in Vikram's stomach. Where was he? What had that experiment done? He felt a chill, and not just from the strange, sweet-smelling breeze. He was alone, utterly alone. Vikram knew deep down this wasn't Earth. The colors, the very air felt different. Then it hit him. The multiverse. A concept he'd explored countless times in theoretical physics, now his terrifying reality. He remembered Professor Sharma's lectures, the equations swirling in his mind. Could this be a parallel universe? His heart hammered against his ribs. He had to get back, but how? His gaze swept across the alien panorama, landing on a cluster of those pulsating orbs. They seemed to vibrate with energy, reminding him of something. Then it struck him, cosmic strings, the hypothetical filaments of energy that could hold the key to navigating the multiverse. Hope flickered. Cosmic strings! The thought resonated in Vikram's mind. Professor Sharma had hypothesized that these theoretical structures could act as bridges between universes. If he could somehow harness their energy, maybe, just maybe, he could find his way back. He remembered reading about how these strings could distort space-time. Could he create a similar distortion, a ripple in the fabric of the multiverse to open a portal? He had to try. He had to use his knowledge to escape this strange, beautiful, terrifying reality. His eyes darted around, searching for something, anything that could help him interact with the cosmic strings. He needed a conductor, something to channel his own energy to interact with them. His eyes fell on a smooth black stone shimmering faintly on the ground. It pulsed with the same eerie energy as the strings. Could this be it? He picked up the stone, its surface surprisingly warm to the touch. It hummed faintly in his hand, vibrating in sync with the distant cosmic strings. He felt a surge of hope. This had to be the key. He closed his eyes, focusing his thoughts on the equations Professor Sharma had taught him, picturing the cosmic strings as pathways, as bridges across the multiverse. He needed energy, a lot of it, to create a distortion large enough to bridge the gap between universes. He thought back to his research on antimatter, the enigmatic twin of matter, capable of releasing unimaginable amounts of energy upon contact. Could he create a controlled antimatter reaction, just enough to create a ripple in the fabric of space-time? He remembered a theoretical model for a containment field, a way to trap and manipulate antimatter using electromagnetic fields. If he could create a miniature version using the strange stone and his knowledge of electromagnetic manipulation, he might stand a chance. He got to work, using his knowledge of physics, to manipulate the stone's energy, shaping it into a crude containment field. He focused on drawing energy from the pulsating cosmic strings, carefully channeling it into his makeshift device. The air crackled with energy, the strange landscape around him blurring at the edges. He took a deep breath, steeling himself for the final step. He released a tiny fraction of the contained energy, aiming it towards the nearest cosmic string. A blinding flash of light erupted, throwing him backwards. He squeezed his eyes shut, the air filled with a deafening roar. Vikram opened his eyes slowly. The familiar fluorescent lights of his lab buzzed overhead. He lay on the cold floor, his heart pounding. He sat up, his body aching but his spirit soaring. He was back. He had escaped the multiverse. He looked around the lab, everything familiar yet different. The hum of the equipment, the smell of ozone, even the mess on his workbench. It all felt precious, a testament to the reality he had almost lost. He had journeyed to another universe and returned, a feat once confined to the realms of science fiction. The experience had changed him. He had stared into the face of the unknown, danced with the very fabric of reality, and emerged victorious. He had not only tested the limits of his knowledge, but also pushed the boundaries of human understanding. As he looked at his reflection in the glass panel of his experiment, he saw not just a physics student, but an explorer, a survivor. He had touched the multiverse and lived to tell the tale. The universe he knew held no limits.